Thank you, Desiree, and thanks. I also thank the voice from above. Maybe
the voice.
So are we good? Yes. So am I doing something wrong? So we're talking about smarter regulation. Does it mean the regulation used to be smart and it should be smarter? Does it mean it was dumb and we have to make it smart? Of course, everyone has his or her own notion of what smart is. My interpretation would be that we have lived in an age of exploration in matters of regulation, in e-communication and in digital services. We had a legacy situation of pre-existing copper telecommunications networks, and we had emerging information services, and the whole issue was to shift from a legacy situation of monopoly in most countries to a new situation of competition. So the regulation was actually centered on one issue: how to competitively access a pre-existing network. So you understand the situation we are in now is completely different. Like always, well, most of the time, but really always, it was not, the predictions were very poor. It was not anticipated that when the regulation was put in place, that in 10, 15 years ago, it was not anticipated that totally new networks would have to be built, and the issue would not be to grant competitive access to pre-existing networks, but the central issue has been for a few years, and still is very centrally, to how to incentivize, from public policy perspective, the building of this new network, completely new network, which is, I say network because actually mobile and fixed, mobile and fiber, 4G, 5G and fiber are closely interconnected, of course. So the central issue is how to incentivize investments, how to foster innovation, and how to do it in a competitive manner. But competition, I would say, is not the central tool in this respect. So I would say we suffer from a limitation of the English language. The English language has only one word for competition. The Italian and the French have two words. We have concorrenza e competizione, concurrence et competition. Concorrenza means we have a relevant market, and we look at how it works within this relevant market. Competizione, competition means we look at the whole economy, at the whole industry, not only on one market, but we look at what's at stake, what works in the industry, and what's the impact on the whole economy, on the whole European economy, and on the world economy. So I would say that there will be an important shift which will have to take place when we look at public policy. It's how to shift from pure competition in the narrow sense, sometimes even short-sighted, I would say, to a broader concept of competitive market dynamics, because this is what we need. And because if we don't have a competitive market dynamics approach to investment and to networks, we want 4G will have difficulties reaching for 100% coverage, and maybe 5G won't happen. And because we have to talk in business terms, we have to talk in industry terms, and that's what I suggest we look into in this session, how to achieve this shift in regulation from a narrow perspective of competition to a much broader perspective of competitive market dynamics. So I hope my fellow panelists agree with this introduction. And now we have a panel of extremely experienced and learned speakers. So but I think we're a bit. You can look at the speaker biographies on the conference documents. So I'll introduce successively the speakers. So the first speaker will be Klaus Nieminen, who is with the communications network. He's a communications network specialist at Ficora, which is the Finnish communications regulatory authority. So we